Motivation Workshop, hosted by the Frederick Douglass Academic Success Center. What is motivation? Motivation is the word derived from motive, which means needs, desires, wants, or drives within an individual. What motivates you? There is no better than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance next time. Malcolm X. Are you really motivated? Have you generated new ideas, set new goals, focused on your dreams, or remained positive? Sustaining motivation can be tough. Understanding how things motivate you can tremendously help you conquer your goals. Let's take a deeper look. There are 3 keys to success. The first key is aspiration, which is to dream or desire. The second key is inspiration, which is to have a vision or new idea from being creative. The third and final key is motivation, which is encouragement, rewards, and goals. Aspirations and inspiration. Can you effectively recall the difference in aspiration and inspiration? Aspiration refers to an ambition, whereas inspiration refers to the urge to do something. Aspiration motivates an individual to achieve in the future, whereas inspiration works as the trigger for aspirations. Inspirations come from within the individual, and aspiration focuses this energy towards goals in the future. For example, you may aspire to be an NBA player, and for inspiration, you may choose to view your favorite NBA player highlights to inspire you. Keeping these statements in mind, please take out a piece of paper and a writing utensil. And think of some things that you aspire to be and some inspirations that can be triggers for it. Difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation is the driving force. Short-lived, deliberate, or self-imposed or society expectations. Obligations or peer pressure that pushes us to do something. Inspiration is the pulling force. Everlasting, internal, or spontaneous. Inspiration is the natural calling which comes from deep inside us. Motivation and theories. We will now begin to discuss motivation and theories. The 5 theories that we will discuss are intrinsic and extrinsic, self-determination, ARCS model, social cognitive, and expectancy. Let's explore intrinsic and extrinsic motivation a little deeper. Intrinsic motivation is a sense of achievement, curiosity, can result in high creativity. It's motivated from within. Intrinsic leads to longer-term outcomes and better performance, natural talents and abilities. Extrinsic motivation can include money, working for a particular grade. Extrinsic motivation produces temporary benefits, overlooks happiness and interests, and is more career-driven. Extrinsic leads to short-term results and may not display true natural talents. Take a second and think of some times that you've had intrinsic motivation and write that down. And then think of times where you've had extrinsic motivation and write that experience down. Let us begin to explore self-determination motivation. There are 3 basic needs linked to self-determination. The first need is autonomy, the need to have control over the course of your life. Each of us has experienced that need in some form. Whenever the course of our life spins out of control, we then begin to feel helpless or less motivated. The second need is connection, which is the need to experience closeness, affectionate relationship with others. The third need is competence. Competence is the need to achieve, acquire knowledge and skills. People want to build their competence and develop mastery over skills that are important to them. ARCS education model. This theory explains motivation in an educational setting. The A stands for attention. Your motivation can be influenced by your interest with that particular subject. The R stands for relevance. You should be able to bridge the gap between the content and the real world. The more relevant the subject is, the more motivated you are within that class. The C stands for confidence. Understanding what is expected. The confidence level in learning can be linked to your success expectations. If you are confident that you will pass your class, you will be more motivated to attend and to turn in accurate work. The S stands for satisfaction. You should be motivated and satisfied on what you achieved during the learning process. Let's take a deeper look in the social cognitive motivation theory. Self-efficacy is the confidence in overcoming barriers to perform a specific behavior. Can you think of a time where you've experienced multiple obstacles to reach a goal, and that confidence motivated you to overcome it? Expectations, or outcome that are expected. Behavior capability, which are the knowledge and skills to influence behavior. Observational learning, which is beliefs based on observing others like self and or physical results. Have you ever aspired to be something or to achieve a particular goal, and you meet someone who has achieved that goal? Observing that person and their accomplishment could have motivated you to complete your goal as well. Reciprocal determinism is understanding personal and environmental factors to change behavior. Sometimes we may have to change our environment, and the change of our environment can greatly influence the change in our behavior. And that in itself can be a motivation. Reinforcement, having positive feedback and encouragement when goals are met. Do you have a positive feedback system? Do you celebrate the small wins? Do you give yourself a pat on the back for every small accomplishment you may achieve? That in itself may be a form of motivation. Let us explore the expectancy motivation theory. Expectancy motivation is effort plus performance plus reward equals motivation. Effort is the belief that an increase in effort will result in an increase in performance. Performance is the belief that increased performance will lead to a favorable outcome. Reward is the value of expected outcome to the individual. And motivation is the reason to perform. Effort plus performance plus reward equals motivation, or your reason to perform. It is now quiz time. Please see the attached quiz and complete to your best ability. You are not judged by the height you have risen, but from the depth you have climbed. Frederick Douglass. Thank you for attending a Frederick Douglass Academic Success Center workshop. Please direct any questions or concerns to the general email at fdasc@morehouse.edu. Thank you.